How the ruler works is that at the bottom we have a metric scale as our reference for measuring and inputting those measurements. When we press the first function, which is ruler, we see an imperial ruler appear. This allows for real-time conversions between metric and imperial at a 1-to-1 scale for quick reference. In this scenario, the slider lines up with the lines on the screen and the reference ruler. With the scale function, we're able to select from metric or imperial standardized scales, which include all of and more options than are available on architectural and engineering rulers. Whichever you select, for example, if you select the quarter-inch scale, you can convert and see what that is in metric and vice versa. With the custom function, you start out by entering how much the reference dimension measures using the printed metric ruler. For example, here I have a drawing that I printed for a meeting last week, and it's not to scale because it's supposed to be printed on a bigger sheet. The longest dimension is here, so I'm going to measure it with the reference ruler. I see it's 14.4 centimeters, so I enter that in. Then it's asking me whether the dimension that I'm going to enter as a reference is metric or imperial, so I say imperial. And I say okay to skip past the miles because that's for pilots or urban planners / civil engineers. I say it's 47'6". There's no fractions here, so I click OK, and it generates the custom ruler. Now I can see, for example, this stair wall that doesn't have any dimensions on it. I can line this up and see that it's 13 feet. If I want to see it in metric, I'll line it up again, and it just happens to be about 4 meters. So when I'm done using this and want to go back to the home screen, it asks me if I want to save this custom scale. I do because I need to use these plans again, but I don't want to go through inputting it all over again, so I choose one of these to save it over. The next time, instead of going into custom, I'll go into scale, find the one saved, and select it. So here it is again. The last function is divide, and so let's say I want to divide this area into 20 segments. So I'm going to enter 14.4 again as the reference, then say how many divisions I want, and do I want them to be equal or a ratio. Now we have the space subdivided into as many sections as we want. We can do the same thing now with ratio, so let's go back and enter in the same information except select ratio this time. Then let's select, for example, 1.2. Now we have the amount of divisions we want, and they are all 1.2 times bigger or smaller than the one to the left or right of it.